Hey guys, it's Kat. Thank you so much for watching. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now, of course. I had a lot of you ask me to do more looks with MAC eyeshadows, so here's another one for you. This is definitely geared more towards summer, towards spring, you know. I mean, any day now. Really, I'm ready. Just bring it all on. Very, I don't know, I guess like a sunset kind of eye. Really pretty. The colors are just really rich and saturated. So yeah, they're all by MAC, and I also tried to use a lot of MAC products. So it's pretty much like a MAC tutorial, except for, like, you know, my eyebrows and foundation. Those things I just haven't tried by MAC. Well, the foundations I have tried and they just do not work for my skin. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy this. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye! Okay, so I'm going to start off with Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. My color is in 4.0, and I'm going to buff that in with my Sigma F80. I don't show it all on camera, but I've really been buffing this foundation in a lot more than usual, and I find that it just looks a lot nicer on my skin. Then I'm moving on to my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Anastasia brow powder, and I'm just going to apply that to my brows. I went for the powder just because I feel like it's a little bit more natural looking, and I didn't want that strong of a brow for this look. After I fill them in, I'm just going to set them with some brow gel, which is also by Anastasia. This is in the color Brunette. And then I'm going to start with the eyeshadow. I'm going to put down some eyeshadow primer, of course. And I take this color called Samoa Silk. This is by MAC. And I'm just going to really buff that into my crease. I'm using a Sigma E40 here. And I'm just going to go back and forth, and slightly just build the color up to my liking. Next, I'm going to take this color called the Rule, and I'm going to take it on a slightly more tapered brush. This is a MAC 224, just a little bit more precise than the Sigma E40, and I'm just going to work that right underneath the Samoa Silk. Then I'm going to take Amber Lights, and I'm going to take this on a flat shader brush, and this one is a MAC 239. I'm just going to apply that to the inner third of my eye. And I'm just going to flick my brush just so that it meets the Rule color and the Samoa Silk. Next, I'm going to take Coppering, and it's a gorgeous color. And I'm taking that with a Sonia Kashuk small eyeshadow brush. It's just a, you know, flat shader brush, and I'm going to pretty much put that on the second third of the eye, I would say. I'm just going to leave a little space at the outer corner just to apply a darker shade there, but I'm just going to take that all the way up to the crease. Then I'm going to take Deep Damson, and I'm going to apply that with the same brush. I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm just going to concentrate that right on the outer corner, and I'm going to place it pretty much in a V-shaped form. And then after I've applied it, I'm just going to go in and blend that in with a Sigma E25. And I'm just going to go over the entire eye and just make sure that all the colors are blended. And I'm going to drag that Deep Damson all the way to the inner corner. And to help blend out the Deep Damson, I go back to Rule, and I also go back to the Samoa Silk. I kind of just mix them up, and just to really buff all those colors out. Then I'm going to take Shroom, and I'm just going to use this to highlight. And I'm going to place that right underneath the brow bone. And of course, I just always go back to my blending brush just to make sure that everything's softer and no harsh lines, which is huge. So we're pretty much done with the eyes. I'm just going to take a brown eyeliner. This one's by Mally. And I'm just going to place a small, or a thin line rather, on the top of my lash line. And I'm just going to blend that out with a brush, whichever one you have. And of course I also placed that on the bottom lash line, not on the waterline, but just beneath that. And then just go ahead and take your brush and just smudge that out. I wasn't going to use black eyeliner, but I just thought that if I added it, it would really make the eyeshadows pop. And I do think that it helped more by adding the black on the inner corner and the inner waterlines. I also just popped a little bit of the Shroom on the inner corners. And I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm using the MAC Prolong Concealer in Endo U20. I'm just going to apply that to my under eye area with my finger. And then just go back with my F80 just to soften the lines, make sure that there's no crazy wonky lines. And then I move on to my bottom lash line. I'm going to take a MAC 239 and I'm just going to grab a little bit more of the Deep Damson and just wedge that onto the bottom lash line. Just blending it in with the with the brown liner that we put down before. So now it's on to lashes. I'm going to curl my lashes and I'm going to apply mascara. I'm using Benefit's They're Real. I have this little sample size, which I have really been enjoying, which is funny because I've had a full size of this mascara and I did not like it, but for some reason the mini is working wonders for my lashes. And I'm also going to apply lashes, but I'm only going to apply them to the outer corners of the eyes. So I just took a pair that I had and I cut them in half. And then I just popped them onto the outer corners of my eyes. And then I'm using this bronzing powder by MAC. This is in the color Golden. And I just took that with a Real Techniques brush. And I just really wanted to bronze up my face and not necessarily contour. So I'm just going to add that to the, where the sun would normally hit you with that brush. Then I took one of my favorite blushes by MAC. This one is called Blushbaby, and it's a really neutral blush, and it pretty much goes with a lot of different eye looks. And I'm using a Sigma F40, and I'm just going to put that to the backs of my cheeks. For highlight, which I normally don't do, but this is just a product that I don't use enough and it's just so gorgeous. This is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Whisper of Gilt. I think this is limited edition, but it's always being re-promoted. And I'm just going to put that on to the tops of my cheekbones. And for lips, I was kind of undecided, but I ended up going with this lipstick by MAC, which is called Sandy B. It's a frost finish, which is normally not my favorite, but in the summer, for some reason, I really, really like this color. It's pink, but it has like some gold reflex in it. It's just super, super pretty. So I just put that on. I didn't want to add a gloss. I just left it like that. And that's pretty much the finished look. I did end up going back and I added a little bit of this blush, which is called Blunt. It's really, really dark, so I use it as a contour powder. And I just popped that into my contour line and I contoured my cheeks and a little bit of my nose. And I just really, really buffed that in with a e.l.f. I think this is an e.l.f. blush brush. And that's about it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Bye!